Um,
Oh, I didn't realize how close it was to 8 o'clock.
I know. Dude, I got a gauntlet, bro. I have to do a stupid ACC test after this. And
Tonight?
then I'm going so I can only take one a day, and they're 36 questions, and there's 5 of them that I have to do by June 6th.
Wait, what?
There's 36 questions on each test, and there's 5 of them.
For what?
For like my history credit that I want to get rid of over the summer. It's terrible, man. And I have to write a paper. I have to do 15 tests. 15 tests, 36 each.
Yeah, that's rough. Wait, when did you start taking this course?
A week ago.
And you're done by June
like
what?
Nah, by like July 5th or something.
Oh. Yeah, that's rough. What is it? Just like general history?
No, it's like American history. It's like before the Civil War. No, before the Civil War. Because I thought it would be more interesting.
The most boring.
Like Revolutionary War stuff, and like we're talking about the Spaniards now. Like,
yeah, I guess, but
it's still bad. Either one would have been bad. Like, because I was like, I just thought about it, and I was like, oh, oops, I was gonna take a picture of it without the flash, and I was just like, well, we just took Miss Billings' sleigh class.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it again. Like, I don't remember it anyway, so I don't want to do it again. It's so stupid. But I know it'd be just as stupid if I was, like, at South Carolina doing this.
Yeah,
I would be mad at myself for wasting, like, real credits.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Oh, I don't have any banners up.
Oh, Celtics are up.
Don't dude, don't even. Right. You want to post on the Instagram? Yeah. Oh wait, I gotta keep the hamster thing up. Actually, I didn't think that a Julio thing was gonna come today, but
it's never gonna come.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. And see, now I lost the hamster thing, and I'm very sad. Where did the hamster thing go?
Did you save the post?
Oh, but I should. I just did.
Did you just get out of the shower or something? Your hair's all
I did.
Back.
I did. I just got home. I got home at 7:15, showered, and then ate, and then now I'm here.
Oh, gotcha. You got any Sandy Point stories yet?
I'm gonna save them up a little bit.
Okay.
It's hard too, because like they know I have the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to I can't say anything like bad about it because they'll be like,
You can't like rip on your coworkers at all.
Well, no, I wasn't gonna do that anyways. But but no, I can't. Yeah, everyone listens. So you're right. If I got to be careful for what I say. I got to make sure I know what I'm talking about beforehand. Because I could just get into it and just go ham, and it'd probably be fired. Actually, they can't fire me. I work tomorrow alone for 10 hours.
Alone?
Yes. There's just no one else on schedule.
Is the weather going to be bad or something?
No, and it's a Wednesday. They go every day. They've gone, oh man, Wednesdays are the most busy days during the week. And tomorrow's a Wednesday, and I'm the only one there. So they're just like, good luck. If anything happens, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be on the radio like, anyone want to help?
Just call 911, I guess.
Immediately. Start doing CPR. I mean, I don't know what to do. And they're like, you're gonna have to keep
what you can do.
Either gonna have to keep the guard room locked and just drive around on the gator. I'm like, for 10 hours? It's not like even when people are there, I'm bored as hell for 10 hours. I don't know what to do. Oh man. It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, I worked all weekend and it was like 50 and raining.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally just sat there.
I just sat there.
It was so ridiculous.
On Sunday,
I was getting paid for that.
Maybe I'll save this for the pod. I can save this for the intro. I got a couple things in the intro, I guess.
Oh boy.
All right. When it hits the 6-minute mark on the live thing, we'll start.
Okay.
Damn, no one's here. It's like we could just do it on Zoom and then post it as a podcast if we wanted to. But I don't know. I want to keep the live going.
Oh yeah, we got one person in here.
All right, we're coming up on the 6-minute part. So let's and we'll start it then. All right. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should have started the timer. All right. The 6:30 mark, we'll start the timer. That sound good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty well, Chris. Some came in the mail. Sorry, I'm trying to get the banner up. Some came in the mail today. Some that could have been useful a couple days ago.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the Ortiz. It looks nice.
It actually looks really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, that came in the mail today, so that was pretty cool.
Was that that was a DH Gate purchase, right?
It was a DH Gate purchase. I don't want to hide it. I don't mind hiding it. Yeah, fake jersey. Didn't want to pay $100-something for it. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, you're only gonna wear it like a couple times a year, probably.
Yeah. I mean, when they make the World Series, I'll wear it, and then that's about it.
Yeah, all right.
Or if we go to like a baseball party, but I don't know who wants baseball Brad. If baseball Brad makes an appearance, then I guess
jersey will be on.
But for right now, it's all Wizards.
Yes.
We're
back.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Don't
tease me like that.
That was a smooth transition, but we're not there yet because I got to mention how you know how Sunday, you're now a lifeguard. You were at a pool on Sunday. That was the worst pool beach weather of all time, right? Mm-hmm. Probably the worst you can get because it's not like thunderstorm. Of course, thunderstorm is gonna be worse, but for a casual day, that's terrible. It's spritzing all day, and it's cold and windy. Well, people at Sandy Point doesn't seem to mind. They were, hanging out in the water.
Wow, that's surprising.
There are so I'm not saying they were there the whole day, but there are some people in the water on Sunday. It blew my mind.
I mean, to some people, it just doesn't matter.
I guess so, but and people were coming in. It was probably noon, and it's still crappy, and people are rolling in with their bag, let's go to the beach, guys. I'm just dude, come on.
I mean, I guess some people just say, Sunday is our day. We've been planning to go to the beach, so we're going to the beach no matter what. I don't care if the weather's bad.
Luckily, I don't care that much. I'm just amazed at this point because I'm not angry because I didn't have to sit on stand anyways. I didn't have to do anything actually anyways. So I didn't mind all that much. But if I did, I'd be this would be a different intro to the podcast. I'd be yelling and screaming. But I don't understand these. I don't understand these people.
No, I don't either. I mean, on Saturday, we had a mom and her 2 little daughters came right when we opened. And I was like, oh, are we actually going to have some people at the pool today? They stayed for 20 minutes and I didn't see anyone the rest of the weekend. It was just me and 2 other. Huh? Oh, no, Monday.
Yeah, Monday was good.
We had a good amount of people there.
Yeah. Monday was a normal day.
Yeah, right. But I worked 2 9-hour shifts. So 17 hours was just me, the 2 other guards just sitting around.
I got 10 hours tomorrow alone. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm at the end of the day, I'm just going to be twiddling on my thumbs because I got nothing. God, it gets so boring anyways when there's people there. I don't know what I'm going to do when there's no one there. And it's me sitting on a gator watching people swim in 70-degree weather when the water's probably 65
Oh
degrees.
yeah, it's freezing. I'm actually gonna be close to you tomorrow. I'll be at a yacht club that's like right down the road from Sandy Point.
Nice.
So yeah,
Bring the yacht. I mean, it'll give me something to do. I'll wave the beach flag at it or the boat flag at it.
Yeah, I'll just hijack a yacht and or what's the pirates commandeer?
Oh, so you took a pirate class, you'd know.
That's right. I did take a pirate class.
Commandeer the ship. All right. Well, let's. I wish I took the Wizards thing to transition, but I wanted to mention it.
I was ready to.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's get right into the NBA playoffs. And the Wizards, they're back.
Yeah, I mean, all we needed was the Sixers' best player to get hurt, and it fixes everything. And they still could barely win.
It does fix everything. I mean, and Gafford, the future of the franchise.
Yes. But again, it's like Gafford, it looks really good when the best center in the league isn't the guy that he's guarding or trying to score against.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, of course it makes sense.
And I don't know. I'm glad they didn't get swept.
No, yeah, it's nice to at least win one.
I think it makes it funnier that the Heat are the only ones that got swept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not in that because I think a lot of people had them getting swept in the first round, whereas the Heat, no one did.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we're just like, we'll take the win, and who knows? Yeah. Maybe they make it interesting.
Yeah, win's a win. Yeah, that would be cool. They made it interesting because I think we should go to a game 6, even if they lose. Would you be mad if you saw them get eliminated live?
I've already seen them get eliminated live.
No, yeah, you saw the Raptors one. I don't know. Yeah. Booing Philly, I would love to go to that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the fans that have been at the last couple of games because I thought people would be just kind of disinterested just because they're the 8 seed and it's not even a basketball town and it's Philly too and they travel well, but they've had some really good crowds especially in Game 4. It's a solid showing from the DC family.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier. It's really a shame that the fans are acting the way they are. And it takes back to, I feel like it takes back to social media where it's like, I don't know, they spent the last year not being able to go to the games and bullying people online. Now when they go to the games, they're just gonna be like, all right, let's bully people in person. Let's just bully him in person.
The guy that ran on the court, I have no problem.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know. I think people running on the floor in the field that's just all good fun.
Yeah, but you're gonna get banned for life, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what just makes it so stupid.
I don't know. I guess if you go to Philly once and you're like, all right, this is the only game I'm ever gonna go in Philly, so let's just run on the court.
But you're not hurting anyone.
That's true. Yeah. No, I don't mind that as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's the I mean, we'll talk about the water bottle later, but it's just crap like that bothers me. But the running on the field, you're right. Running on the field, streaking, it's all about it. Let's just come on.
And they're great clips too because the security guards are literally waiting for something like that to happen.
That guy got bounced. He got slammed on the ground. Yes, he got nailed in the face. Oh man, but
with Riverboat Ron in the crowd too.
Oh, he was in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Philly.
Made it even better. No, that was in DC.
Oh, okay. That was in DC. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he ran on the crowd.
Yeah, that was last night.
Philly.
No.
Okay,
I don't know
what the schedule was.
He was wearing yellow though, so I don't know who he was a supporter of.
I'm guessing it wouldn't be Philly. The streaker. I thought you meant
Ron.
I thought you meant Ron. I was like, I'm guessing there was.
Ron was wearing AirPods.
Oh, he was. You know why? He was listening to all right, how can we get Julio? He's like, I'm at the game. Relax.
He's got Martin Mayhew in his ear. He's just walking him through what he's missing at whatever meeting they're having.
Patriots offered Jared Stidham and a second round pick. What can we do to back that up?
All right, wait. Very quick tangent. Stidham. I saw that headline that was Patriots could use Stidham to get Julio. What was that? What did that mean?
I guess they think they have interest
trade
in Stidham. In a trade, yeah. That I have no idea.
Why would anyone have interest in Stidham?
I have no idea. I mean, I guess they don't. I mean, they have their backup quarterback is that one guy from Alabama that one year. I actually like him too. Crap. McCarron. That's the backup quarterback, and that's it. So I guess take a chance on him, but you don't trade him for Julio. You trade him for like a 7th round pick.
Just the talent differential there is.
It's
for those two guys to be a part of the same trade would
that'd be pretty. I mean, it's just funny as like looking at the headline. Did you see the one retweet? It was like, what? They're gonna pick him up from Logan Airport. They're gonna use him to pick him up.
Drive the car.
Yeah, he's gonna drive the car. They're gonna use Stidham. I mean, you know, it's funny if they traded Stidham for Julio Jones. I feel like half the fan base would be like angry.
Yeah, right. Because they're Stidham with Stidham.
Yeah, the Stidham followers are like, oh my god, I can't believe they traded Stidham.
Well, then there would be another group that would be like, oh, Belichick is such a genius. Like he saw it from the beginning. Like he knew. That's why I drafted Stidham.
And he'd be like, and then the people they'd be like, we're like, watch him ball out on the Falcons. Just wait till Matt Ryan gets hurt. Watch him ball out.
That's like Haskins on the Steelers. You're like, like, he's under Mike Tomlin. Like, just give him time. Like, no, he's just not good.
I don't know. People love their quarterbacks. I don't understand. But back to the playoffs. It seems like the Lakers and the Clippers, the old flipperoo. They're both looking to get past first round, stomp their competition, or not both, but one was about to get stomped and one was about to stomp the competition. And now the Lakers lost their best player and the Mavs lost their best player, and they're screwed.
Yep.
Or not second best player for the Lakers, but big important part of the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a humongous part. Like, I don't think they're not even.
Anthony Davis, they can't. I don't think they can win it.
No, I don't think they can.
I don't think they can either. I mean, they got. I mean, of course they have LeBron, and their other role players just can't combine to what Anthony Davis destroys the Suns with. They can't guard him. So I don't mind either one though. As long because I don't think Luka. I want to root for Luka, and if he's not 100%, he's not going to win any playoffs anyways. So, like, Lakers get bounced. Like, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, at this point, good.
Rooting against the Lakers.
Yeah, I want to see some new people in there, some fresh faces.
Yeah, and I mean, Anthony Davis, like that guy's made of glass.
He's also I know he's actually injured, but like. When you're on the floor,
when you go down as much
when you go on the floor 5 times a game, I can't feel bad for you when you're finally injured.
I know.
It's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like he's down. Like I think I've told this story in the pod maybe twice already, but when we were watching the playoffs, the Trailblazers won the first game. They're facing them in the second game, and I go to use the bathroom, and I come back, and my friend goes, "Dude, Anthony Davis went down, bro. It's looking bad for the Lakers." And I was like, he's right there on the court. And he's like, he was just holding his knee for 5 minutes. I was like, I believe you. I 100% believe you. I know exactly what you're talking about. This guy can't stay on the floor.
But he does. Then he comes right back on the floor generally. Because he did that in the finals last year. I don't know what game it was, but he went down. And we were literally he's probably done. Like he just tore his Achilles. And then literally a minute later, he's back in the game.
He is holding his knee like he comes down with a season-ending injury every 5 minutes.
He's on the ground for way more time than he is on the bench. After the injury. Yeah. Like when he does get hurt, it's like, all right, well, he'll probably be right back because.
And I don't even know. Yeah, like I don't know if it's actually like he has a groin injury. I know he's tall and he hit like groin that probably sucks. But like when you're down, like I just can't. I feel bad, of course, that he's injured, but I can't feel like I don't know. I can't can't feel.
Yeah, he is the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah,
that was pretty spot on.
Yeah, but the Mavericks Clippers, I feel bad for Luka because he's cooking them up, and it's just gonna go the other. Like it seems like it's gonna go the other way, and I don't know. It just seems like he's not healthy, and he can't do anything.
Yeah.
And watching him play, he like afterwards, you can see it's a notable difference where you can watch it and be like, that guy is not the same.
No,
and it doesn't help that Porzingis sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his problem is. It didn't bother him in the first 2 games, and then it's like they start losing. It's like, oh, they could use help from their second best player.
Yeah.
But no, nothing. I saw someone say he's like the new Pandemic P.
He should be. He should get like as much as I love criticizing the Clippers, other players should get more criticized than just Clippers players. Like, I understand the Clippers funny. It's funny when they lose. Only because I guess like the Clippers never did anything wrong. It's probably just because they pumped their chest so much after they signed Kawhi and Paul George.
Oh yeah. No, that's exactly why.
But it's funny. I don't know. It's always been funny. I think it always will be.
Yeah. No, but Luka, like in Game 3 when, uh-oh.
Yeah, you're frozen a little bit.
How we doing now?
I mean, how's the response going?
Should I make the Wi-Fi switch?
Good, we got time.
The hotspot? Yeah.
Good, we got time.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, it won't be that bad. Anyways, I can go on a little monologue while you
stall for me.
Yeah, I can stall a little bit. The Heat Bucks. I have a problem with the Twitter, the frauds. Fraud has been thrown around way too much this past week because of the Heat and Bucks. And I understand the Heat weren't as good. The Heat didn't win. They got blown out pretty much every game besides the first game. And I understand that, like, Jimmy Butler, like, I don't like blaming the bubble for other occurrences. Like, yeah, maybe it wouldn't have happened, but it did. Like, the bubble frauds is a real thing, I guess, in a sense, but it's also like the bubble happened. It's not like you can discount what happened in the bubble. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like, yeah, people look different in the bubble, but now there's fans back. So it's like, it's a different game. And I don't know, calling them frauds is just a little much. 2 Chris's now. Did you hear any of that? I don't know, it's a fine monologue.
Something about the frauds.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's annoying that they're getting called frauds when everybody was in the bubble. It's like, it's not their fault. And it's also, I don't know, maybe they just were like, they kind of ran it back, but teams got better. The Bucks got better. And yeah, I do think the Bucks probably would have beaten them with it if it wasn't the bubble and they were in Milwaukee. But the bubble happened. You can't just like throw out the finals.
Right, yeah. And the other thing is sometimes teams just play worse.
They go on hot streaks.
Or just have like ridiculously good years and it doesn't continue. Like that that's a thing that happens in sports. Just because you have the same team doesn't mean that you should be expected to have the same season over and over again. Yeah,
I mean, the Eagles, they won the Super Bowl, and the next year they get bounced out of the playoffs, and it's not like they were like, oh, like 2017 frauds. Like, nah, they just, like, sometimes you have hot streaks, and sometimes you don't.
Like, you got guys on your team that just have career years, and, you know, everything clicks at the right moment, and, you know, that's why you got to win it that year.
Yeah, and
you don't have seasons like that
also,
a lot.
With that, it's like they also beat the Lakers. Like, they took them to 6. They beat them twice. They took them to 6, so it's not like they'd be more bubble frauds if they got to the finals and then got swept by the Lakers handedly. And called, like, the Lakers had to work for it at least a little bit in the championship. So, I don't know. I just don't like people are like, oh, I knew the bubble was fake when TJ Warren was going off. It's like, when TJ Warren was going off, you were all about it. You were like, oh my God, TJ Warren's going off. It's like the duality of people going like in that time when the bubble was happening. And then now it's like, oh, all of a sudden the bubble's like crap. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know. Especially with the players. Like, it's 8 games. Like, no one was saying that he's a god because he played was like, oh, I really good games
for TJ Warren.
Yeah.
And we all knew it's like, yeah, it's because he's in the, like, it's because he had a hot streak. You can have a hot streak and just, I don't know. It's one of those stupid things. It's because, and then once people find it funny on Twitter, they're like, oh, it's make 5 of them, 5 tweets.
Yeah. Because it's the most unoriginal platform or the biggest collection of the least original people on the planet that just see the same joke. And it's like, yeah, that's a funny joke.
Yep. And then they just make it the same one, like word for word almost. Okay. Well, let's do you want to talk about anything like, I don't know. There's not really anything that happened differently from Friday that we really missed up on besides the Suns and Clippers switching up.
The water bottle?
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the fans are back to being idiots, and the one guy, everyone already bashes on Boston's fan base. Literally, he came in there saying they say, like, everyone was criticizing Kyrie because they came in saying they said racist things about me. They say mean things about me. And then you go and throw a water bottle at him. Like, you are now representing all of Boston, everyone who was there. And it's only one guy out of 17,000. And I don't know. It just looks bad for the organization.
So, in my mind, like, he kind of deserved it.
Well, yeah. That defeats the purpose, though. You don't do that. And
I mean, obviously, but like, is it
show
really
some
that
class.
big of a deal? It's an empty water bottle.
Well, he shouldn't get assault charges for it.
Yeah, that's the part that's
shouldn't
ridiculous.
Get assault charges
with the deadly weapon.
Yeah, I understand that. That's ridiculous. But I get it. Like, I was mad too. Kyrie stomped on the logo like a 5-year-old. He literally did a tiny little stomp like a 5-year-old.
After everyone had left the court too. Like, they had already shaken hands.
Like, he is what we don't want to be. We understand he is immature and can't handle everything. So don't act like him. Don't throw the water bottle at him and act like him, even though he did deserve it. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I would kind of be like, oh, that guy, thanks for taking one for the team. Like, we all want to throw stuff at him. And
of course, guy, but like, you're there to cheer and you're there to boo.
The assault charge for the whole city. I don't know. There's part of me that if I were a Boston fan, I'd be like, yeah, that was, good. Deserved to get plunked in the head by something. Yeah, but yeah, no. I mean, and then you have people that just turn it into such a big deal. Because
that's the thing. They make it into such a big thing where it already was a subtle thing. And now it's like, oh, like, nobody likes Boston fans. Yeah. It's like, dude, like, you understand, guy's a nut job. And the guy who threw the water bottle is a dick. But it came together and it just happened.
Worlds collide.
And
blows up.
That guy, like, I don't understand what is going on through Kyrie's head. Like, why? And it sucks because I just rewatched a couple days ago Uncle Drew, and I liked Kyrie. I liked Kyrie a lot. He could have easily just left Boston on good terms, tried in the playoffs, and didn't promise everyone that he'd stay back. And we'd be like, all right, well, we traded for him, and he didn't want to.
Yeah, didn't work out. So.
Yeah, he didn't want to be here anyways. Like, we'd probably still be mad at him, but I wouldn't hate the guy. I do not like Kyrie Irving.
He wouldn't get relentlessly booed every time he touched the ball. I don't know. I couldn't pronounce that word for some reason.
He also so fun to watch. Kyrie's so awesome to watch. I don't know. He's such a nut job.
But I don't understand what goes through the fans' heads when they throw, like, it's literally like a passion of crime or a crime of passion, because you know that you're going to get banned for life.
At this point, like, I would take being in, like, that guy, he must be, you don't go to a game 5 or that was game 4. You don't go to game 4 when you're down 3-1 or 2-1, I guess, unless you, like, live in Boston and really care about the team. So now he's banned for life. So guy's kind of a dummy.
Yep.
But yeah, everyone needs to be better in every stadium. And I don't know, one guy out of being 17,000, it's kind of ridiculous to blame it all on everything.
Yeah, and I mean, it does suck for you guys, like, as a whole.
They were like complaining about, like, the team. They're like, the team is fundamentally racist from the core. Right? Calm down. Like, they were talking about the logo. They're like, oh man, like, it's all ridiculous. It's all getting so blown out of proportion that I don't even want to talk about it.
Did you see, like, former Celtics players though basically being like, yeah, like, you step on that logo again and there's gonna be problems?
Oh,
like,
yeah, Kevin Garnett
and Big Baby Davis.
Yeah,
we're both like, yeah, that's like, there's gonna be a problem if something like that happens.
They should, because it's really that's really something.
It's such a childish move.
It's so childish.
It's one thing, like, you should have just shushed the crowd or something.
Yeah. And you know what's funny with a player like that, with like Kyrie, what if, like, they just didn't boo him? Like, he got the ball and they were all like, yeah. Do you think he'd, like, lose his mind?
Yeah, no, he definitely likes it.
Also, I just thought of something. Kyrie's the guy who threw a basketball at a fan.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Did you not see that on Twitter? Some Celtics fan posted, like, if this guy is getting charged with assault with a deadly weapon, then Kyrie should be charged for
at a guy.
throwing a basketball into the stands.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, You're right. He does deserve to get pelted in the head. I mean, that just remembering that he does. He
just changes your entire perception.
It does.
Of the issue.
And that specifically changes my whole point of view on the issue because he's a turd. He's a guy like that. He's this. If he was in the crowd, he would probably throw a water bottle at him. So why should I feel bad when he gets hit in the head? And he got hit in the head with an empty water bottle. Mm-hmm. I've seen professional athletes getting hit in the head with cans of full beer.
Mm-hmm. Also in New England, right?
No. Steelers player did it to a New England player.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's not Steelers player.
It was they just dumped beer on him. They didn't throw at Tyreek Hill. Remember that?
Yeah.
When he scored the touchdown and he went into the crowd.
That was funny. Yeah, I remember that. Also, he don't get too close to the crowd when it's a
right. Stadium. Honestly, like, what do you expect?
All right, Chris, I got a little notepad because I'm at work and I'm bored. Mm-hmm. I got a trade for you.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you anything else besides the. All right, so Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, 3 first-round picks, 3 pick swaps, Grant Williams and Carson Edwards, 4 Bradley Beal. Call it in.
I mean, that's like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but Grant Williams sucks. You don't want a Carson Edwards, and Kemba's overpaid, and you don't want Smart either. But you get the pick. I mean, I wouldn't say this if you were the GM, but you're not. So
yeah, I mean, if we're gonna trade Beal, there's no point in getting guys like Kemba back. Smart, I feel like would be okay.
They can use Smart.
They could if they didn't trade Beal and got Smart. Like, that would be big because they need a defender.
Yeah, but what would they get?
I don't know. They have nothing. I mean, I guess
I was on the NBA. I was on the NBA trade machine trying to make this work, and it doesn't work. There's some salary cap stuff, and we'd have to I'm not a professional. I wasn't, and I was on my phone, so it was hard to navigate through it. So I didn't go into depth with it, but and I was looking through the rest of the roster. I was like, I mean, there's nothing on here. There's nothing. And there's not even an empty contract I could the Boston Celtics could take. There's nothing.
No,
there's nothing on the roster.
They're not in a good spot. And people have praised the GM too for what he's done since he got there, but
The only thing they have is Gafford.
Yeah. He's the future.
It's the best thing they have.
They got an aging Westbrook, a Bradley Beal who they can't build a team around. Bertans, who's on a terrible contract. Thomas Bryant, who just tore an ACL.
Oh yeah, I forgot Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, that's about it. Denny, who just broke his leg.
Yeah,
so I don't know what to do.
But hey, you made the 8th seed. So.
Yeah, we want a playoff game, so
yeah, I mean,
that's what it was all for. So that's why I was saying the playing game. That was the finals for us.
And you lost it, but.
Right, yeah. They won the next one. So I'll take the win against the Pacers. That's plenty.
No, I mean, it's solid
more
win.
than I was asking.
It's a solid win.
So yeah, whatever.
Man,
I've been so disinterested with this team, and the hot streak in the season. That was all that was fun, but then as soon as you get in the playoffs and you play real teams every night. There's not much they can do.
At least you're not facing the gauntlet of the Nets. How are the Nets not going to win the championship?
I don't know. I was thinking that same thing when they won the other night. Because when all those guys are going,
I should put a bet in right now. There's no how should they not win the championship? And it sucks because it's going to be Utah versus Brooklyn, and Utah's going to get swept.
So I didn't realize that Utah was as good as they were. Do you know that they averaged the most 3-point field goals in NBA history?
Yeah, and no one talks about it. No one cares. We talked about this, when the playoffs started. No one gives a crap about Utah.
And they're the ones.
And they might win the finals.
Yeah,
they might win the finals, and no one cares.
Oh, I hope they do.
I hope they do too. That'd be cool. I honestly, my new dream scenario, since the Celtics aren't going to make it. Is the Bucks and Utah Jazz.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
No one in either series, I think, has ever been to the finals. So, or I'm sure a role player has. No stars.
The players, yeah.
Yeah, no star has. So that would be interesting. That'd be fun.
Both franchises haven't been to the final. I know the Jazz did it in the 90s, but other than that, I don't has Milwaukee been since
maybe
the
in
70s?
The 60s or 70s, maybe when they had. Didn't they have Wilt at the beginning until they traded the Lakers, or is that someone else? They had
Oscar Robertson.
They had one of the big guys.
Yeah. They go.
Yeah, they did have Oscar Robertson. So yeah, I hope they make it, and that'd be fun. And they're the only ones that could beat the Nets, right? How are
the Jazz?
No, the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks. Yeah, the Sixers.
I guess
Sixers could if they're fully healthy.
The thing is, Embiid can get 30 a game, and it doesn't matter. He could get 40 a game, and it doesn't matter.
They play good defense, though.
Yeah, I don't think he can play good defense against them. How do you play good defense against James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving?
I don't know. Maybe if they struggle one game, they'll turn on each other or something.
I hope so. That sucks. They suck. I hate the Nets. They suck.
I just hate teams that are put together like that.
Yeah, what a way to ruin the season, dude.
The weird thing is we weren't even talking about that when the Harden trade happened.
Because they didn't play together.
I know.
They didn't play together, and we were all like, "Oh, this is fine."
At the beginning, we were like, "Oh, is that even gonna work?"
Yeah. And now we're seeing it, and it's working, and we're like,
"Oh, it does work."
They started the second half just Harden, and it was just like the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets went to the conference finals.
Yeah. I will root strongly against them.
Yeah, I will too. It'll suck.
I just hate teams that are put together like that. That are just it's two free agents and one trade.
The only person that's been on the roster for more than a year is Nicholas Claxton.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Wait, Joe Harris hasn't been on the.
Or maybe the only person drafted by them, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that's
something crazy.
It's only they only have one guy that's been drafted.
Yeah, and it's Claxton.
By them. Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
So lame.
It is lame.
It is, yeah. Okay. Do we want to talk about some hamsters?
Yeah, let's get into hamsters.
All right. So we have a very funny Instagram post about. Please tell. It was a TikTok. It said, "Please tell me how y'all hamsters died because they die from anything." And oh man, there's just some hilarious ones. I should have looked beforehand. The ones where they sneeze like 2 years away from it and they die. This one was the best one. I was holding him above my head singing "The Circle of Life" from Lion King, and I dropped him from 6 feet. Rip a ham.
I think this has got to be the best one. It's mine died in 3 days, and the lady at PetSmart told us it was wet tail, which means diarrhea. He shat himself to death. Twice. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I was 5, I tried cleaning his cage with a vacuum and got sucked. How do you not take it out? How do you not take the hamster out?
I think just the pressure of the vacuum would just kill it.
That's what I'm. But no. I mean, how do you vacuum the cage? With
the
hamster still in it?
No, I don't.
Also, the hamster cages, they have little don't they have little leaves
I don't know what leaves. They have
little. What are you vacuuming? You just you have to pick up
all of the bedding. Basically.
Yeah, that's all bedding. I mean, people. This isn't far from people being stupid. So. Yeah,
no. I mean, some of them are just its own fart scared him and he died. What do you do? What do you do about that?
Oh man, Dad fed it too many Doritos. This one's funny. Exploded after eating a carrot. What does that look like? What does that hamster look like?
The one that I think that was most surprising to me was 2 different people said that they took a picture of it with the flash on and it just died. I feel bad for laughing because no one wants to see a dead hamster, but it's just ridiculous.
This is actually the funniest post I've seen in so long. And I just don't know. I don't know how to. If I'm supposed to laugh, am I allowed to laugh? It's just funny.
No, I think you're supposed to laugh.
I mean, this one, I just fell down the stairs in the hamster ball. And then it says, he's a runner, he's a track star. I just imagine him, like, all you hear is like, doink, 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 on each stair, and just like, and he does dead afterwards.
Yeah. I love the people or the guy that tries to act all high and mighty that comes in. He's just like, my hamster just died of natural causes after living a full life. It's like, yeah, all right, buddy. Like, you're sick.
It's like, cool. You had a hamster for 5 years. Cool. this one's great too. My parents left me alone. I left my hamster fruit in the living room. Why did he run straight to the fireplace?
Oh man, a hamster on a suicide mission.
These are funny because I could never get a hamster, and I've always had dogs, that would murder this hamster.
Right. Yeah.
Just like, and I would be in this comment section, be like, I let my hamster out for 5 seconds, and my dog ate it.
Or just eat it. We had a guinea pig when I was younger, and he lived for I don't know how many years, but he had a solid life. And then
I like guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are
he was cool. But we went on vacation and we had like my sister's friend come over and like feed him. I don't know how often it was. And when we got back, like he died. So I still in my head, I'm like, it's all her fault.
Yeah.
I don't know what she did to it, but for some reason she had it out for him.
The one that says, I said boo, and it just passed away on the spot.
Actually,
why do people buy hamsters? If all these comments are true, why are people buying hamsters?
Yeah, I know. This one actually might be my new favorite. It disappeared for months and then came out from behind the fridge missing hair, looked up at me and died on the spot. I just pictured the look of like the hamster that's like been behind the fridge for a month and just like the hair is all messed up and then just dies.
It's like the surprise. Like all I think of like the gopher, the surprise gopher, like old ass YouTube video where it's like turns around and gives you that look. That's all I imagine. It's like the hamster looks up, it just ow.
Yeah, just like, oh, like there he is. He's been missing for he's done. He died. At
that point, it's just like, okay, like he was already missing for a month. Like,
right.
You assumed he was dead anyways, right?
Such a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh man, it's these are just brutal.
Yep.
Yeah, two people. The two people. This one is weird. My friend's hamster ran outside when it was snowing. We found the lower body and the upper body was never found. How does that happen in the snow?
I have no idea.
I think I guess like an owl must have taken it, right?
I guess, but like, how do you like that? Would have to be a clean bite of half of its body.
Maybe I don't know how thick. I was imagining when I first started reading it, I was like, oh, it ran to the snow and you never found it because it was like thick snow, small hamster. And then they're just like, we found the bottom half. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I have no idea. That's so weird.
I know I'm not getting a hamster after this.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting a hamster. Why does anyone get hamsters if they just die? I don't know. It's like, I guess people buy rats.
I mean, also like these are exceptions, I would assume. This isn't like normal hamster deaths. I mean, I know they don't live
that's
long.
True. Yeah. But like, if you can scare it by sneezing, I don't want to. What's it gonna do when I play Xbox?
This poor hamster's getting a heart attack from a sneeze. That's a tough way to go.
That is tough.
That's a tough way to go.
What do you do afterwards? You just, whew, and you're just like I'm just like, what do you do? It's like, are you sad about it? Like, I guess you're sad, but it's just like,
right.
What do you do? It's so stupid. Stupid hamsters. All right. Well, do you want to move on to the top fives?
Yeah. It's sad that like the bright part of the podcast was talking about dead hamsters.
Yeah, it's so
funny. I was like,
I know we were just talking about how bad fans are, and now I'm having a better conversation talking about it's not my fault that they're so funny.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Even if you're the most like the biggest animal lover, animal activist on the planet, if you read that a hamster farted and killed itself, how is that not funny?
I'm telling you, that's got to be the best Instagram post I've seen in so long. But it's so morbid. It's so funny. All right, I went old school today. I got my old notepad for the top 5.
Dear.
When I'm on stand, dude, I gotta think of something. So I thought of.
Will you get like yelled at for having your phone out? Is that why you have the notepad?
Yeah. And I can't I'm no longer allowed to listen to podcasts anymore, or else because we got a new boss and he'll tell us to go home. He said I'll just walk up on he'll just look at me and just go, all right, you're going home. I'll be like, and I don't want to be the guy that goes home.
It has to get sent home
because he's listening to Bill Simmons on the deck.
Do it on. See what happens on Wednesday if you do it.
Yeah, I'd be sitting there like, all right.
Yeah, right. Have fun.
And I understand he doesn't want anything with internet because, some people last year I would sneak it up and listen to podcasts, but some people would sneak it up and Snapchat people like an idiot. So
right, yeah.
I understand why. I want to find some way I can listen to podcasts still without internet. I can't change. He doesn't want the phone on at all. So I can't change it to airplane mode.
Right.
So I got to figure out a way to I have an iPod, but it's the 4th one. I don't even know if it has podcasts on there. So we'll try it out.
Not.
I don't even know if I have a charger for it anymore either. So, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's speaking of things to do when you're bored, let's think of top 5 things to do when you're bored. And Chris, I think you're first this time, if I recall.
Oh, I am? All right. My number 1 was the easy one. It's just Twitter. Just get on Twitter and scroll.
Yeah. I mean, you can find anything on Instagram, Twitter. It's all the social media. I'm sorry if you had other social medias as picks, but the social media in general, just you can spend hours on it. Hours. And if you combine it with some of these other things, if you combine them with some of the other things, it can really be for a long time.
So is this, I probably should have asked this before, but is this top 5 things that we do or top 5 things that people should do when they're bored?
I just had it as things you could do when you're bored, not specifically to us.
Okay.
Is that
Mine are all things that I do, but
well, of course, my things are things that I do, but it's more of in general.
Yeah.
For things people do.
Mine. Anyway.
Yeah. Twitter, social media, just taking your time. I do it all the time, and that's why I actually deleted TikTok because it'd be 3 in the morning.
TikTok's dangerous.
I'd be I'm supposed to be to bed.
All right, 3 in the morning. You're not bored at 3 in the morning. Just go to bed.
Yeah, but but that's the dangerous part of it, where I was just all right, I was supposed to go to bed at 1, and now I'm looking at TikToks for 2 more hours. I need to stop. But you can do that during the daytime too, I guess, when you're bored. And just kill hours.
It kills quickly too.
Mine.
Blink.
Yeah, I know. You're scrolling through videos and you're just all of a sudden you're like, it's been 2 hours.
Yep.
So my top one, another easy one. Surprised you didn't take it. Easiest one of all time. Just listen to the Wise Guys podcast. If you're bored, just throw us on. We may or may not be live. See if we're live. Watch us on YouTube. Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. You have your options. So,
and now it's even easier on YouTube because listening to a podcast with when you're bored is one thing, but I always feel I have to do something else. And then I had to find something else to do. I've sat down and just listened to a podcast before, but not often. When on YouTube, you can just sit and watch us talk.
Yeah. And we like the YouTube stuff. This is actually a perfect transition into saying what I was going to say eventually is we're trying to get some OBS stuff in here so we don't have to use StreamYard because we don't want to pay for StreamYard. Not because we're cheap, but we think OBS can be better
See our top 5 things we hate to do.
Spend money.
I think number 1 was spend money.
I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, so we're trying to get some OBS stuff in there, and because of StreamYard, we had a free trial of downloading it instantly. So we have to wait for YouTube to let us download it, which normally takes what I've noticed a day to do. So that's why it takes a day later to be on SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple Music. But hopefully, I'm off Thursday, so that's what I'm going to be doing all Thursdays, checking off OBS stuff, and hopefully we can get some stuff. We can try some stuff out.
Yeah.
But anyways, you're number 2.
Okay. Oh, I didn't have my list pulled up. Yeah, my bad. All right, build a dynasty on 2K.
Oh,
And it's such a science for me now too.
dude,
It's just like,
I
you
was
know
thinking
what?
about doing
Like, you
that,
know what I
like,
haven't done in a while is just pick a team, tear it apart, and then win 8 championships in a row just because I can.
I'm getting to the point where I'm like, there's some way I need to make this more realistic somehow, so I just don't get every rookie and then completely obliterate the league for 10 years.
Right, yeah. Just don't trade for like 5 draft picks at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Just like, and each draft you can just trade down and get another draft pick for next year. Trade down, and then all of a sudden the lottery comes up and it's like, oh, I got the #1 pick. Sweet. last time I did a dynasty, I was just like going through the eventually you just start going through the motions.
Yeah, right.
Going through the motions, and all of a sudden it was like #1 pick, Boston Celtics. I was like, how did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I traded for it like 2 years ago. Awesome.
No, I remember I did Knicks one where literally I was just winning the finals every year. And then one year that happened. It was just like the draft lottery. And it was like #1 New York Knicks. I was like, what?
You're like, I just won the finals. So it's like you have the first pick and the 30th pick. And you're like, all right, let's just trade the 30th pick for, other picks.
Yeah. 2 years later, I'll probably have a lottery pick again.
Yeah. And once you get it to the science, it's too easy.
Yeah, no, it does get
easy. It gets too easy. And it's the same way I had it on my number 3, which was, I had something else, but it was also in parentheses, make a franchise, which you could be in Madden or in 2K. I think it's more fun in 2K. But
yeah, I enjoyed it too.
Eventually I look up and it's like year 40. Like 2040, and I'm like, there's no one in the NBA anymore.
Yeah, right. As soon as you're playing the finals against guys that you don't recognize, you're just like, all right, well, I think this is running scores. But if you're on a streak of like winning championships,
once you start winning and you can't stop, I mean, I had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown retire. I'm pretty sure every single person in the NBA was gone. Like every face that was in the NBA, gone. And then once it starts getting to like, it'll be like year 7, and a user created player will retire, and you'll notice it, and you'll be like, what is going on? And then you'll just eventually just get used to it until you see you go in the retired thing, and it'll be like all user created players, or you go to the Hall of Fame thing, and it's like this guy played from 2023 to 2033, and you're like,
yeah, you don't even recognize 70% of the guys in there.
Yes. And then your former players become assistant coaches, and you're like, all right. Yeah, it's time to
stop. Run its course.
It's time to stop. Because then it's that point, like, but I had my last franchise, I had to keep going until I lost. I was winning it every year, and I had to keep going. And then eventually I blew up. You always do. You always eventually just run out of money.
Yep. Well, I had this one Charlotte Hornets team, and I'm trying to remember who was on the team. I think it was RJ Barrett and these 2 other guys that were like going to be drafted. It was before Barrett was actually drafted.
Yeah.
So he was just like one of those draft classes that a user created.
Yeah.
And I had 3 of those guys, and they were all studs. I think Cam Reddish was another one, and I forget who the third guy was. And they played for, I don't know, like 20 years or so. We won so many championships. And just as I thought we were on the downward spiral, we won another championship. It was like we went from like the 1 seed to then the 4 and then the 8. And then the next year we were just like the 1 seed again and won. I was just like, you know what? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing blew up. But yeah, no, I get into it. It's like,
I get into it. And
I'm actually on the team.
The best is when you somehow win the championship early. All right.
Because you hire Michael Stauffer as your head coach. That's the other thing I think that makes it too easy, because he's always available.
He's always there because he's user created. And if you don't get him, you can get the second best guy who won't win you coach of the year every time, but he'll win you championships. And you just got to spend if you do an expansion franchise, it's too easy. You just hire him and then do whatever you want.
Yep.
And it works. You got to come in with an established coach where you're like, all right, I can't take Michael Safford or whatever his name is. DeMay.
Guys, he's an animal.
His name's DeMay. Anyways, my number 2 is next, right?
Yep.
All right. Mine is, it's so hard to do too. It is so hard to just I don't know why it's so hard, but just to watch the show that you haven't finished yet.
It's so hard.
You pick up I pick up my iPad. I'm like, do I watch? Is it time to watch it? Because I'm always I want to save the show for when I want to watch a show, and it's and then you're bored and you're like, I guess now is the time to watch a show, but I never do it. I need to start doing it.
The thing that I always do is I just start looking for things to watch, and that's how I end up spending my time. And then I'm just like, I'll just watch Seinfeld.
Yeah, that was all of college. Every night I'd be scrolling through everything that I had, that I already started and haven't finished, and I'd just be like, nah, let's watch Seinfeld.
I think a whole semester of college, I don't think I watched a new show.
Really?
And it's entirety, no.
Wow. I mean, there's this show that I actually really liked on Amazon called Wayne, and it was like pretty good, and I liked it. I just haven't finished it because, and especially when they're like an hour long. This is like, and if they're over 30, basically, if they're over 30, I'm just like, I could watch 2 Seinfelds instead.
Right. No, the first episode of Mayor of Easttown, I watched that and I was like, wow, that was a good episode. Like, I'm excited for the rest of the season. I haven't watched another episode since. And I was even like excited for it because I watched it like a week ago and it's still going on. I think the last episode aired Sunday night. So I was like, oh, like on Knockout, it's only 7 episodes. Yeah. I'll crank them out and then I'll watch the finale Sunday night. No.
That's the thing. It's like, especially when it's short seasons. I'm like, I don't know why. I could get it done in one day, and I just don't.
Yeah. The one that I did actually finish that was short was Ted Lasso. Because I gotta watch that too. Yeah. That one took me literally 2 days to watch, which is about the attention span that I have on TV shows. Because I watched the first episode months ago and then never watched the rest of them. And then I just cranked out the last 9 like a week or 2 ago.
One day you just gotta like roll up your sleeve and just be like, all right, I'm watching this show. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that's basically what I did.
And like I jot down in my head, I'm like, if it takes me 2 days, it takes me 2 days. If it takes me 3, I'm finishing the show.
Yep.
And for some reason it's so hard for me to do. I can't. I don't know.
And then at the end of it too, I was like, man, if there were more episodes, like I would be seriously addicted to this show.
And you'd be like, nah, I'm not. If there's more episodes, I wouldn't watch it. Like, I don't know. It's so hard.
But that's the thing with me. It's either like 90% of the shows I watch, I don't watch again. And then there's a small select where it's just like, I become completely addicted to it and can't stop.
I will watch Seinfeld any day of the week.
Yeah, no, when I was watching Seinfeld, I was cranking out episodes.
And now I do the thing where I'm like scrolling through like episodes and trying to find ones I don't remember. And that's really hard.
I know.
I gotta end up just watching all of it, like from start to finish, because I can't just pick random episodes every time.
Yeah, I've been going back and watching I need to watch season 1 again because I've been watching a couple like from season 2.
I watched a lot of season 5 just like over and over again, and now I need to just cut it out.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of season 9. I don't know why.
Season 9's
what?
It's not great.
Really?
I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
I mean, the ending's not, but...
Well, of course, the ending's not. I don't know. It's just not...
Great episodes in season 9. If you go back and look at the episodes.
There's probably some that I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
And I just, the last episode's garbage. So it takes it. But anyways, let's move on.
All right, yeah. All right, my number 3 is just taking a nap. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to lie down.
Yeah, lie down.
The easiest way to kill time is just go to sleep.
Yeah. The naps are dangerous.
No, I know.
Yeah, naps are really dangerous because you wake up and you're just like, I'm not sleeping tonight. And then I'm just gonna be bored again.
Yeah, that's fair.
But of course, who doesn't love a nap?
Yeah, I'm a huge nap taker.
You still do your Friday naps even in the summer?
It's not really the same.
Yeah, of course.
Because and like now that I'm working and my hours are different, so it's not like I have to wake up early and then get home. It's just like nap time. Like I wake up at noon and get off in the evening, so I'm not taking a nap then.
That's true.
So yeah, but I mean, at school I had a 9 a.m. class and that was my only class that day. So yeah, I was taking Friday naps.
Oh, but dude, that's the best type of nap where you're just like you go to class and you're like, I got nothing else to do.
Yep. But that's not even that's almost not even nap as much as it's just going back to bed.
Yeah, just going back to sleep. Especially with online classes. I do it in class and I just go back. I do my class in bed and then go to bed.
Yeah, I honestly miss the Friday naps. Like that's the one thing that I mean, there's a couple things obviously, but about high school that was better.
It's a Friday nap.
Yeah. So it was worth it. Worth getting up early and sitting in school all day just to go home and slump until like 7 o'clock.
No way is that worth it.
I'm not saying I'd go back and do 4 years.
No, I know. Yes, I know. All right, my next one is we had kind of already talked about it, but playing Xbox. And just you always have that one game that you can come back to when you're bored, and even if no one's online, you can just play it. That's the real pleasure.
Yep.
Just like alone with no headphones on because no one's online. You're either listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video and just messing around on whatever game you're playing.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Mainly, it's 2K franchises.
Something I like doing if there's no one else playing like a postseason, just on 2K or on the show now, like just building a postseason of teams that I like to play with and then just playing it out, or as many games as I can. Yeah.
Huh.
Just cause.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's fun. That seems like fun. And there's so many, and I mean, so many things you can do. Who doesn't love playing Xbox?
It's true. All right. My next one is finding like just a bunch of good YouTube videos to watch. And specifically, I wrote down SB Nation because there's so many of them. And like every time you're scrolling, it's like, oh, that would be a good one to watch sometime. Watching
YouTube that's another dangerous one where I look up at the clock and I'm like, it is 4 a.m. I started laying down at midnight. I need to finally go to bed.
Yeah, and then you're like, and what did I just do for 4 hours?
I just watched a bunch of crappy YouTube videos. But they're good. And the funny thing is, that's what I do instead of watching the shows I need to finish.
Just watch YouTube instead.
Like I could watch 15 YouTube videos instead of watching 2 episodes. So
yeah, right.
And especially the YouTube videos, new ones come out daily. And so it's like, and there's always something new you could find. You can't watch every YouTube video, so it's just
oh yeah,
it's you suck it in. You suck in.
Yeah. The my brain is broken thinking about YouTube videos because if I'm going to sleep and I'm like, you know what, I got to get up early, I'll just watch 1 or 2 YouTube videos and that'll be shorter than a full episode of something.
It doesn't work,
and it never is.
The math never works.
Never is.
It never does.
Because then it'll be an hour, and I'm just like, well, that turns out that was longer than a full episode.
Yeah, it's a 22-minute YouTube video. That's shorter than an episode, and then you watch 3 of them, and you're like, all right, well,
it's a fallacy in my brain that I've never been able to fix. I'm just even if I'm just all right, 10-minute video, that'll be good, then I'll go to sleep. Never. Because then something will pop up and suggest it, and be like, oh, well, that looks interesting too.
Or I've gotten to the point where sometimes I'm watching I'm rewatching YouTube videos and I'm like, I've seen this 5 times. I don't need to watch this again. But then I just click on it and I'm like, funny video.
Right. Yep. They've found a way to just profit off of our brains that are addictive.
Yep. Yeah, they do. My next one this is actually kind of a little specific to me, is I have let's see if you can see it. Got that little boombox radio over there.
No, yeah.
That yellow one. I just turn that on and lay in bed. Either scroll on YouTube, scroll on Twitter, listen to radio. It's soothing. It's nice.
Nice. Yeah. Wait, radio, like talk shows and stuff, or
no,
just music radio?
Like music, and it's nice because I don't have to pick the music.
True.
And I always, because whenever you have music on that you have, it's I can skip this if I wanted to. And then all of a sudden you're skipping 5 songs to find the song that you actually want to listen to. The nice part about the radio is you just turn it on and whatever's on is whatever on. You can't change it. So you have to either be stuck listening to something you don't want, or you change the channel and find something. You never find the exact song you want. So it's just all right, you gotta make yourself at home. You gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's fun.
It also, the thing about radio that was nice and you don't have anymore is getting a song that comes on that you weren't expecting.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a great moment because when you're listening to music, you're just oh, I want to listen to this song. You slide it into the queue.
Yep.
When you're on the radio and that song that you're just man, I really wish this song would come on, and then it does. It makes your day.
Yeah. Or it's something you weren't expecting. It's that's also I think that's my favorite part about the radio is that, and of course, I would rather have my phone if I want to listen to certain music. So it's just like getting stripped of the power that you once had to change the music it's something that like doesn't happen often. So it's fun. It's cool just to be you're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
You're just there.
And if the like, obviously I wouldn't go back to radio times because when all you're doing is listening to the radio, you're hearing the same songs.
Yes, and I've noticed that because I leave the radio on when I fall asleep, and I wake up and like if I don't have anything to do, I lay in bed, hang out for a little bit, and I'll notice like, oh, I heard this last night, and then eventually I'll change the station, and I'll do it all over again.
Yeah,
where I'm just like, I've heard this like 5 times past days, so.
The other day, I took my dad's truck to work because I forget why, but I needed to, and he doesn't have aux in his truck because it's older, and so it's just radio. And there were these 2 stations that were playing the same exact songs, but the one was like a song behind. So I was like listening to the one, and I was like, yeah, it's a good song. And then I went to the next one. I was like, I don't really like this, and I switched stations, and I was like, didn't I just listen to this song? And then it happened again. And I was like, wait a minute, like what's going on here? And then the commercial was the same too. So I was like, is this just the same exact station on 2 different things? Yeah.
That's weird.
I must have been in like
the right time, right place where it's like all of a sudden their cue is the same thing.
I don't know how it works, but like if I was in the middle of 2 different like signal zones and it was the same broadcast, that was the only thing I could think of, that it was just the same feed on 2 different stations of different area. I don't know. But yeah,
or just by chance.
No, like, because like the transitions were the same.
Oh, really?
Like it was the same dude. It was weird. Like the same. It was what was he saying? It was like country house party or something like that.
Oh,
and they said that, and I was like, wait a minute, that's the same thing.
Dude, that's spooky. That is spooky.
I was like, what is going on here?
That is spooky.
But yeah, added a new song to my playlist because of it. So
yeah, you listen to songs and you're like, you know what? I actually like that song.
Yeah, I liked it the first time, then listened to it immediately afterwards, and I was like, all right, yeah, I like this song.
That's pretty funny. You're like taking notes, you're like, oh, I like this.
What's the? All right, yeah, I can 3 words I recognize. I'll type them in on Spotify.
That's what I do too, because like they don't always say like the song title. I'm like, what are the 5 words that happen 5 times? So I type it in.
Yeah. All right. My last one is, which one do I want to go? One that's kind of similar to the YouTube one. All right, I'll stick in the music realm, and we'll go make a playlist. Because I feel like all the time I'm looking at my playlist, and I'm just like, these are the same old songs, and I could use a new one. So sometimes I'll just sit down and be like, this is the time where I'm going to make a new one.
I've gotten more, like I've been looking at my playlist and just like staring at them and just been like, all right, these are like the same 3 playlists. I gotta do something. So I will soon make a playlist.
Yeah,
I'm getting to that territory.
The problem is, to make a new playlist, you have to find new songs. So it's a whole process where you have to like scavenge Spotify to find stuff that you haven't heard before, and then decide what you like, and then make a playlist that actually has like a good number of songs. Because there have been times where I'll sit down and make a playlist, and there'll be like 10 songs on there, and I'm like, all right, well, that's pointless. I'm not going to make
no playlist.
That's not a playlist.
That's a queue. That's no playlist.
Exactly. And like I can just search these songs when I'm in the car. Like I don't need a playlist for them. Yeah.
I need to I don't need to branch out because I feel like I have a good realm of music because I like pretty much everything besides country, and I need something where nothing will overlap, because like I have 2 playlists and some song, like not all songs overlap, but sometimes the same type of songs overlap on 2 different playlists, and I'm like, all right, I need something fresh.
Yeah, I just need to like.
That's a good thing because it can take days to make a playlist.
Oh yeah. No, it's a whole production.
It's it's like you're like a maestro. You're getting everything.
Oh man,
is that all you had on that one?
Yeah. All
right. My last one. This one is I don't know if everyone can do this because but going through your Legos.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, especially in the middle of summer, I'll do this. I'll just like pop out a bin, start building some. And like, especially in COVID last year, I remember during the NFL draft, like I had nowhere to go. I had nothing to do. So I had like the third through like, what is it? Third and fourth round on day 2 or 2 and second.
Yeah,
and then it was
2 and 3.
4 through 7. So I had 4 through 7 on, and then just covered. I was just surrounded by Legos and then watching that on the TV. Just like, and I felt like I was like 5 years old and I was just like, putting them together, and it was so much fun. I had a great time.
I think that we gave most of my Legos to my little cousin.
Ooh.
Because he's a Lego machine. Like that dude will crank out Lego sets in ridiculous times. It's very impressive.
I love Lego sets.
But yeah, so I like barely have any at my house anymore.
That's a shame. I got to the point where in college, like, so I was, I was pack hunting, looking for sports packs, and I'd walk down the Lego, because if I go to Target or if I go to a store, I'm walking down the Lego aisle. I don't care how old I am. I'm looking down and looking at the sets. So like there would be like, I've bought at least 2 like $10 sets. I can make $10, and I was like, and then I'd be home one day, bored, and I'd just be like, start building.
Yeah. Save it for a rainy day.
And, and then I would like put it on like my desk and be like, I'm 18. I'm in college.
I mean, when I go to the mall, like I'm going to the Lego store.
Oh, I'm going inside, and I'm looking,
like, if I walk past it, I'm going in,
and I'm spending at least 10 minutes looking at everything.
and
contemplating
at least like
buying
the little things.
Oh yeah, and I'm contemplating buying everything. I've gone to like last time I went to Lego store, I probably walked around that store 4 times, and I was just like going around in each corner, and I felt bad because I was with my friend Jacob, and I was like, and we didn't go to the mall for the Lego store, but of course we didn't.
Yeah.
And I must have taken like 15 minutes walking around there. And I didn't know if he was bored or not, but I was like, I'm looking at every one of these sets and contemplating. I didn't buy anything, but I could have. I could have if I wanted to.
And always, I don't know about you, but every year it'll be like, is this the year that we asked for the Death Star for Christmas? It's like I know I'm gonna lose a lot of other stuff because it's so expensive, but I really want it.
Dude, when I was younger, that was 100%. And I have the Mandalorian ship, and that's new.
Oh, really?
I got that for Christmas. I have it sitting right here. And Christmas Day, like my parents, they always joke around. They're like, it's not Christmas if like you don't get a Lego set. Like, yeah, you're right. It's been 18 years. I'm getting a Lego set every time.
My grandma, for my little cousin, will literally like buy Lego sets and have them like up in the closet for when he comes.
Really?
Like the small sets, but still, she's got like a stash of them. And like every time he comes, she's just like, "Oh, let's see what I got." That boom, Lego set.
Dude, that's
that's how I keep him busy.
Yep, and any grandchild who does like you're looking up to grandma like, "Oh, I can't wait to go to grandma."
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
It's like Pavlovian now. He steps in the door. He's like, "Where's my Lego set?"
Yeah, I know, but he can't act like that though, because then he won't.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he'd be like, "Oh, hey, grandma." And she's like, "Oh, it's I got in the closet for you."
Yeah, just like yes.
He's just like, finally.
The one day where she doesn't have one for him, it's gonna be
trouble.
It's gonna be trouble. Start breaking windows.
Yeah. So yeah, going through Legos, it's a blast. If you have any old Legos, you could spend some time.
Yeah.
And especially if you have like, I don't have any because I'm like your little cousin. I'm a machine. I will just like rip it open and start building it. But if you ever have any like unopened sets in there, now that could be some fun. But I wouldn't know how that feels because they're open.
All right. I guess we're on to honorable mentions now, right?
Yeah.
So I'd look up like old stats of like old players, especially guys that have like ridiculous resumes like Barry Bonds or something, and just like sit there and be like, how is he that good? And like, I could
people
do
that you didn't watch
probably an hour.
Yeah, people that you didn't watch, and you were just like, how did they do this? How does how's this actually feasible? How they can actually like get these stats?
Yeah. So that always leads to YouTube.
Yep. And that leads to YouTube.
And then another one is
wait. Before we move on, remember when we spent this is a little different, but it's still sports related and looking up old stuff. We spent all of Miss Chen's class looking up how the Hornets, like the whole history of the Hornets and the Pelicans together.
Yeah, and I don't remember how it like.
Well, because now you just save it for another rainy day. You're like, oh, let's look at the Hornets and Bobcats.
That's another great one. It's like looking at old teams and how this team became that team. It's like, wait a minute,
Yes.
then this team, yeah, you go down a whole wormhole.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one I have is watching like old highlights of when your teams were actually good. So like I have the 2008 Phillies, like the World Series documentary. I have that on DVD. And I remember when I was a kid and I would take a sick day, like I would watch that film every time.
There's like a couple Patriots, like Do Your Job. I think there's 2 of them. Like those things, it's pure happiness when you're watching them.
Yep. And then I have
pure happiness.
Games 3 through 5 of the Stanley Cup, like still recorded on my TV.
That's cool.
So sometimes I'll be like, "Nah, we'll watch a little bit of Game 3."
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's good, especially during the summer when no real sport like baseball's going on, but it's regular season and it's the NBA just finished, and you're like, let's see when the Celtics were actually good.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Is that you had one more, right?
Nah, that was all my honorable mentions.
Okay. I have one more. No, you're good. You're good. I only had one more, and it's take a drive. Either you go.
I was thinking that,
and I don't really do this. I know.
No, neither do I. That's why I didn't put it on there.
So I know some people do, but this also goes into like similarly. I'll like call up a friend. I'll be like, "Want to like go to Wawa, something?" And you just pick him up, go to Wawa, get some lunch.
Yeah.
And then you're just hanging out, vibing. And that's it. But taking a drive, I do know some people do that. I know I don't. Like alone, I would rather just sit in.
Yeah. I like driving. But like if I was
but I wouldn't drive for no reason.
Yeah, no. And I wouldn't know where to like turn around. But like if I was like, all right, Mom, I'm just going for a drive. She'd be like, to where? I'm like, just driving.
She'd be like, what drugs are you picking up?
But like, yeah, she'd be like, but what are you actually doing? And I'm like, I'm just actually going for a drive. She'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
But yeah,
but people do it. People like.
I love driving at night, like driving on the highway when no one's there.
Yeah, I like driving.
That's
at night
like
too.
my favorite.
I get nervous though because I'm like, some cop's just gonna screw me over, isn't he? I'm on the highway and I'm just like cruising down. I'm like, I should slow down a little bit. Like someone's gonna screw me over, and be like in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, because someone's on duty.
Yeah, someone is.
It's not like they're off from 12 to 5 in the morning.
That's
or anything.
All right, that was a good list. I'm glad I figured out on Sand. And when I was bored, I figured it out.
There you go. Come up with top 5 ideas.
How about this? Make a top 5 list ideas and send it to us because we need some. So
that's true. Yeah,
that is that's a good one for everyone at home.
Yeah, and if you're following the number one, your number one, which was listen to us,
you'll know which ones
into now doing this.
You'll know which ones we've already done.
Yeah,
so don't ask.
Don't send us stupid ones that we've already done. That are amateur hour that we can come up with.
Exactly. We need to know.
Yeah, no, we need good ones.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good pod. Hopefully everything's done. And I don't know. I hope I can try to get it done like on Apple Podcasts and all that tonight. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's possible with like how YouTube is for some reason. And we'll figure out OBS. Because I actually want to make sure this is done because it bothers me that it's posted the next day. So we're gonna try to get OBS done. We're gonna try to get stuff done. All for the fans because we love this live streaming stuff. So
probably a later stream on Friday as well.
Yeah, probably around 8 again. So everybody, we'll see you then. All right. Peace.